Smiley. Smiley 0164. Hello. Oops. Oops. Hey, Raw Blog News. Rosa, Tiffany, Coconut, Tear Sugar, Shelby, hello. Nina, Happy Panda, Leo. How is everyone tonight? Claire, Eric, Jagatti, Shelby, Kelly, Tiffany, Gypsy, Babs, Corey, Brianna, Bad Kitty, Lisa, Love. What is it? Is it? Oh, I can't read it because I'm like, oh, what? Is it Kelsida, Maddie, Rhonda, Smiley, Dre, or Drea, Marlon, Bella, Saba, Angelus or Angels, Steffi. All right, I'll stop. Let me, before I forget, well, hello from Barbados. Shut up, Shanice. Shut up. That is awesome. Hi from Barbados. Oh my God. How, perfection. That's all I'm going to say. It's perfection. Of course you're in Barbados and you're here at a manifestation live. That's perfection. I love it. That's like a shout out to Neville Goddard. Ooh, and from Switzerland. Hello to you in Switzerland. That's amazing to me. Gypsy Diva, thank you very much. Saba, you are my goddess. Oh, yeah, we got more too, Rhonda. We got more too. And then it was freezing rain. So now, poor Poop, the area in which she goes, poop for real, it's hardened snow. So when she climbs up and every once in a while her leg drops through and then she's, walking on top of the snow. Poor thing. This weather, I'm telling you. All right, so let me make sure I get the chat correct because we all know what happens when I forget. Let's see. Subscribers. There we go. Coconut, what? Congratulations. Are we all seeing her comment or his comment? I can't see your picture. It's too small, so I can't see. Congratulations. Congratulations. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I am very, very happy for you. And that's right. You made it. Yes. You are welcome. Hello, Master Manifester. Well done. Well done. And by the way, to anybody else out there, you know the deal. If you were manifesting marriage, she is the, or he, she or he is the BBL. Just saying. That's how this automatically works. I know sometimes I think we're just, we're being silly or sarcastic or it's cute. Yeah, she's, it's my BBL. No, it's really your BBL. Don't you get it? It's really the reflection of you. So this is wonderful. That is right. We are so powerful. That is right. Well, is she? Thank you for letting me know so I didn't have to keep saying he or she. She. Congratulations. Very, very happy for you. Actually, I'm going to hop into the super chats in 1 second, but I think what Lisa just said in the chat is something that we might want to talk about for just a moment. First of all, when we hear, feeling is the secret, right? We know Neville Goddard wrote all about the feeling. But I do think if you're newer to this, I want to make it very clear. He didn't mean feelings like if you're in a pissy mood today, that means you're not feeling into the wish fulfilled. Feeling he's referring to is it's done. Confirmation that it's done. And you get to decide what that feeling is to you. So for some people, it's a feeling of confidence. Like, yes, I did it. For some, it might be a feeling of relief. So again, don't overthink the whole feeling thing. And I think another thing, Lisa, I don't even think she was meaning to talk about this, but she reminded me of it. What you believe you having your manifestation will feel like to you might be very different what it feels like for somebody else. So you can't automatically assume that what you're thinking is wrong. So for example, my favorite example, to be honest, is if you're manifesting money, if you're manifesting being a millionaire, your idea of what a millionaire might look and feel like might just be completely different than what I think a millionaire looks like or feels like. So I think, and again, this is just my personal opinion, I think the majority of people assume being a millionaire means being flashy, must have the sports car. And this is one of the things that it almost makes me giggle sometimes when I see it. There's some other manifestation channels, and I don't mean giggle in a disrespectful way. I just think it's funny because it's the typical idea of what being rich looks like. And it's the channels that show off their sports cars. And again, this is not me being judgy because I actually like one of the channels, just saying. But I think that's where that common theme comes from, that being rich must equal I have to have a sports car. So again, if you're trying to manifest a sports car, no big deal. It's not what I mean. But what a millionaire looks like to me is not that. It's not somebody with a sports car. Because I think of people who have money outside of celebrities, of course. They don't throw it in your face. Like there's millionaires walking around us right now who don't look anything like what the typical person thinks a millionaire would look like. There are some people who have multi-millions and you would never be able to pick them out in a crowd because they look just like a typical normal, like your next door neighbor. So try not to get caught up in thinking you have to look a certain way, right? I'm talking about your visual in order to get what you want. You really got to think about what you as the individual thinks something should look like. I hope that made sense. There you go. Megan, thank you for putting that because that is an excellent example. And I have to be honest, the few that I know are the same exact way and look nothing like what the flashy celebrity type of person looks like at all. They're very, what's the word when you're not flashy? Like, basic looking, basic clothes, and it's because I feel, and this is how the mentality I grew up with you don't have to flash and display it because you confidently know you already have it. So there's nothing to show everyone else. You see what I'm saying? Do you ever read those articles on what like the top 1%, whether it's a billionaire or multimillionaire, how they don't always really dress and look like what the flashy celebrity does? It's because they grew up under it's normal for them to have money. So it's more quiet. Kind of like when this whole quiet luxury started coming back into fashion. That kind of idea. Anyway, I'm just saying, don't feel like you have to have a visual of what being a millionaire looks like if it's not something you even want. Right? You get to decide what your wish fulfill would look like, what your life would look like if you had your desire. You don't have to base it on, well, this person says they're one and this is what they look like. And you could be totally disinterested in the things they have. See what I'm saying? You are designing your ideal reality. So this ideal reality gets to be exactly what you, the individual, wants, not based on what the world thinks, on what you think, because your ideas are the best. They are the best for you and your reality. Just saying. Okay. All I want is freedom and peace. And I think, thank you for putting that. You got a really difficult username, so I'm not going to read out all the letters. But I think there you go. There's another perspective. You know, sometimes people come to the manifestation community and maybe they don't have the desire to manifest money, specific person, or anything else. They just want, as this person put, all they want is freedom and peace. This is the reason why I try to get the point across that this really is an individual journey, and you can be, do, and have whatever you want, and you don't have to justify what you want to make other people in the 3D happy. This is where you get to step into your ultimate freedom, where your idea of what you think is an amazing ideal life is never going to be judged. It's never wrong. See what I'm saying? This is where you get to throw off judgment, throw it off ya, right? Step into the life that you desire. Anyway, all right, we're going on a tangent, but I guess you're getting the gist of what I'm saying. That's all right. I do want money in SP, but I want that to result in a lifestyle of freedom and peace. Well, there you go. That's what you want it to look like, right? And to me, that's perfection. So what's a visual that shows you that? That shows you, okay, this scene or this scripting or this affirmation gives me the mental picture, the mental idea, the feeling that is what I would look like. This is what my life would look like if I had that. You get to decide what that looks like. All right, let's see. Oops. I already said thank you to Gypsy Diva, so thank you very much. Eric going global, thank you very much. You are my beautiful Bessie, and I can't wait until we chat next. I love you, Eric. I wake up every day grateful to be this version of Eric, and it is all thanks to you. Oh my God, Eric. I love you to the moon and back. I love you to the moon and back. Eric, that was so nice. Thank you very much. Jeez. I also agree. I cannot wait until we chat. I cannot wait. Jesus, Eric, thank you again. That was very nice. Marvin 00, thank you very much. Hi, beauty. Hello. Feeling weird. Lately, I feel my manifestation failed and lost SP, even as a friend after 8 years. It's just weird that I still feel stable. I think it's good that you still feel stable. I think it's very good that you still feel stable. Sounds like you're not spiraling. Now, you have not failed. So we're going to back that train up. I feel my manifestation failed and lost SP. You have not lost anything. You have not. Now, what you're experiencing in 3D might look that way. And this is where, again, I have to say, I'm glad you're not spiraling. This is good. This is showing you have evolved. But let's not call it this. Let's not say that you've lost SP or you've lost a friendship. You haven't. You haven't. You know, this to me would be kind of equal to someone thinking they've lost their SP and are in no contact. You might be living a circumstance that doesn't logically make sense to you why it's here, especially if it's not the reflection that you think you've been choosing for yourself, as in which version of self. So maybe the reflection in 3D doesn't make sense. That's okay. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. But what it doesn't mean is that you're not going to have your outcome. It just means, and it's a really good example of, we just don't control how it unfolds. And sometimes it looks wackadoodle in the 3D, but don't give up. Now, if you're telling me that you're feeling calm about this because maybe you're in a place of wanting to no longer manifest this SP, well, then I don't want you to feel pushed by me to keep manifesting that SP. I don't want you to feel that. If you're, changing your mind and you're open to manifesting someone else, that's perfectly fine. Again, I don't judge people who change their minds. I don't want you to give up on yourself in the deciding of who you are, though, right? Because if you have changed your mind and you want to bring in someone new, who you believe you are will still matter. But if you're not in the place to be wanting to give up, I wouldn't either. I would put the focus back on self, right? Showing up to reality every day as that version of yourself that you want to be. And I'm telling you, mark my words, you have not lost that person. You have not lost your specific person. Mark my words, timestamp this shit, date it, put it on your calendar. Remember when Kimberly said, because I'm telling you, you haven't lost. Even if you're at the point where you do want to move on to someone else, I'm telling you, you haven't lost the friendship. You haven't lost any of it. We might not know exactly why it's here. But what we can say, if it's something we don't like, then it's the manifestation of your old self. That's all it is. So all the more reason to step into your new self so that your perception changes. Remember, whatever version of ourselves that we're showing up as, whatever our identity is, remember, we don't manifest what we want, we manifest who we are. But in order to make it that we get what we want, then we change who we are, right? We change the identity. So if you want to be in a relationship with a specific person, then that's the new identity. The version of you who doesn't have any limiting beliefs about that relationship, about that person, and most definitely about yourself and love. And you show up as that new identity. You start feeling your way into that state. And by feeling it, I just mean whatever it takes, affirmations, visuals, scripting, whatever you like to do, use your technique to feel your way in, getting into your imagination and really thinking about who that new identity is. But I'm going to repeat myself. You haven't lost that specific person. Most definitely, you have not lost the friendship. We're just having a moment in 3D reality that doesn't make sense. And that's the beauty of this. It won't always make sense, but it will always lead you to your outcome, which is why it's our job to return to the decision or embody the state of who we want to be. So again, mark my words. You'll end up having contact with with your SP. It'll happen. Rhonda C., thank you very much. Hi, beautiful Kim. Hi, beautiful Rhonda. Had the best nutrition appointment yesterday. She parroted everything I have been affirming. Of course she did. Of course she did. Thank you so much for the encouragement and creating this wonderful community of HBICs. Love you all. I love you all. Oh my God. Rhonda, thank you so much. Honestly, that was very, very nice of you. And I'm so proud of you. Of course, she parroted your affirmations. I am not surprised. You are a master manifester, Rhonda. Well done. Well done. And well done on all the other manifestations that you have had coming in. And you are one of your own manifestations. Well done. Very happy for you. That was very nice of you. For advanced manifestors, thank you very much. Last night I cried some, but did not spiral. Believing through fear. Dreamt an image of what I am meant to see. Please remind me how close we are. He is near. Okay. So, I cried some, but I did not spiral. This is good. Believing through fear. I understand why fear is coming in. I understand that. Whenever 3D reality, just like we said with Marvin, whenever 3D reality is not showing us what we think we should be seeing, it's the most logical place for our mind to go, right to fear, right to doubt. That's that human side of us. But when you're manifesting love, whether it's a specific person, whether it's new love, you are always in connection in consciousness, even if logically you can't conceive how that could be true, especially for those of you manifesting someone you don't know, new love. I know it sounds cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but we are all connected in consciousness. So every single thing we experience in reality is a part of the unfolding. And understand, that unfolding includes you, as you evolving, as you become that new version of yourself, as it becomes your normal to be the new self, to be in that new state. So when we experience things in 3D reality that don't make sense, yes, our logical mind wants to go to fear, but that's where we step in as connecting with your own I amness, whatever you believe our consciousness is. And remembering that the I am, whether you believe that's God, universe, your subconscious mind, that entity, whatever you believe it is, again, whatever you think pure unadulterated consciousness is, I call it God. I call it the I am. It knows the best way to bring your manifestation. I know through experience that you yourself, and I'm talking to anybody manifesting, you think you know the best way, because I used to think I knew the best way. I also thought I knew the quickest and the easiest way. But we don't see the whole picture. We only see a limited view. And if we are hanging on to bits and pieces of the reality we're trying to leave, it can be uncomfortable. And it can cause us to stumble around when we see things in reality that we don't understand and we don't like and we're afraid of. So surrendering 3D reality is, in my opinion, one of the best things to do along this journey, especially if you are upset or triggered over what you're experiencing. The manifestation in of itself, it's already yours. So you bringing up, please remind me how close we are. He is near. You have been connected side by side, literally, right? Head to head, consciousness to consciousness from day one. So your person was never far. When you think of reality logically and you're believing in space and time, it can be easy to forget that. I think what's important to remember is things are not being held away from you deliberately. You know, it's not like the I am or your subconscious mind says, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I'm going to make you suffer for this manifestation, but not this one. And I'm going to let, I don't know, Georgia Peach, who lives next door, I'm going to let her have her manifestation tomorrow. I'm going to make you wait 27 years. Okay, that's not happening. There's nothing outside of us trying to deliberately withhold your desire, make you suffer for it. That's not happening. Okay? I'm calling you out. Well, good. But I'm serious. So, whatever you believe in for advanced manifestors, if it's God, if it's universe, it is not withholding your manifestation away from you. It is always gently moving things around to bring you exactly what you want. But it's also dependent on you. It's dependent on you. Think of it as when you're deciding to be a version of yourself, whichever direction you go in, those are the clear, concise instructions of what you want or what you're telling your subconscious mind. So when we waver back and forth, what's the message we're sending? I like things to be wishy-washy. Here's my instructions. One day I'm going to be the version of myself that I believe I have it, and the next day I'm going to be the version of myself that's terrified that it's never going to come because Jane next door got her manifestation a week ago. When all we're doing in that moment is saying, that's who I am. I'm the version of myself that takes forever to get what I want, and I watch everybody else get theirs before me because no one seems to have the same exact scenario that I have. Every single one of us, at some point, this is my personal belief, that every single one of us at some point in our journey, we believe that our circumstances are tremendously worse than anyone else manifesting. We think we've got the most difficult scenario. That's just fear talking. So no, your manifestation isn't a million miles away. It's not another 10 years away, right? Or another decade, or 2 more decades, or 100 years away. It's not any of that. Time and space is moving through you. You collapse time. But you collapse time by being in conviction of who you are. Okay? Yes, Jasmine. Every man thinks that his burden is the heaviest. Yes, totally agree. Yes. Yeah, nothing is withholding anything from you but you. Feels rough to hear, believe me. I know it does. I know. I had to face that myself, and it sucks. It totally sucks. Because isn't it so much easier to go blame somebody else for shit? I found that easier. It was much easier for me to think everything was God's fault. A separate Gandalf on the mountain God. I blamed God for everything. Every time something didn't go my way, that's exactly where I mean, I know that's terrible to say, but it's the truth. Because I could not bear the thought that it was because of me. Perfect little me? No. So that was a tough realization. And I have to be honest, I'm quite thankful that this manifestation community really wasn't a thing when I first started, because I would have been the person comparing myself to everybody else and how soon they were getting stuff. I would have judged myself. So I am thankful that the law of assumption community didn't exist yet. Thank God. Because I would have been the person in the comments. Yeah, well, I've been doing this long and nothing's fucking working. This is all bullshit. That would have been me. Just saying. Oh my God, Renee, totally agree. It is true. It is so much easier blaming someone other than self. But I have to say, once that whole idea clicked with me, in the same moment that it sucked and it was humbling, it also was very freeing and I felt super empowered. Like once that moment dawned on me, like, wait a minute. If it's all me, then I'm running this whole show. I'm in charge. I'm the boss. Then this has to work. It helped change my perspective. But it took a minute for that to click. Yeah, you mean I can do that shit? Yeah. Yeah, you can. And it feels good. Yes, I am all that is. I am so much better now than I have ever been. Truly best life, and it keeps getting better the more I decide yes, yes, and yes. And I am in total agreement with you, Rhonda. I can comfortably say the same exact thing about my own life. Nothing could get me to go back living life before knowing what my mind is doing. Nothing. You couldn't pay me enough. All right, let's see. Moment. Saba, thank you very much. Holy jeez, that was very nice of you. Kim, how do you suggest I work on my faith in imagination? My shitty circumstances is holding me back from believing it works. Want my ex back. Broke up due to his betrayal. Moved to East Coast, but I am alone. He is surrounded by friends having fun. Oh. All right, I know that sucks. But it probably only appears like he's having fun and loving his life with friends, right? Because that's your perception in this moment. I think, quite frankly, that he misses you and wants to be back with you and he feels bad that you're not together. That's what my perspective is. So, you want him back, but he betrayed you. Okay, we have to look at that. So, I'm sure whatever this betrayal was, it was painful. I'm assuming, right? Whenever someone we love betrays us, betrays our trust, it's gut-wrenching. Absolutely gut-wrenching. Now, I feel like I have to say this disclaimer, but meaning I hope we all know by now, our feelings are always valid, right? I always feel like I got to say it though. So how you feel, the hurt you feel, it's valid. So you're not wrong for feeling that way. And you're not expected to immediately turn off that pain, that hurt, when you're in the middle of, I would say, processing, letting go of it. But if you believe in manifestation, if you're open to conscious manifestation, the law of assumption, if you're open to it, and clearly you are because you're here, and we know now how this works with our mind, can you see that maybe, again, I don't know all of your beliefs, so I'm just throwing out examples. If there was a part of you that didn't believe, she was good enough, and depending on what this betrayal was, I'm going to say maybe, didn't feel like we were a priority to this person. If just having that not good enough belief, that can manifest all sorts of different pieces of garbage. So if that belief was gone, then we probably wouldn't have an experience like that again. So number one, if the thing that happened is truly upsetting, you always have the option to revise. We can revise it. But with revision, we have to stick with it if we're going to do it. And by stick with it, I mean that's your, your openness to no longer sit, marinate in what happened, right? What we're revising away. That's one of your options. If you don't feel like revising, which is fine, then we're going to have to take a look at forgiving what happened. Now, again, I'm just working off guesses here. I do not know specifically what your person did, but we can't hold on to the pain of it. We can't hold on to the betrayal and the hurt if we want things to change. And that's why I started all this off with your feelings are valid, because this isn't about you pretending you're not hurt when you're hurt. This has to be a conscious choice, a conscious willingness to let the transgression go. That doesn't mean you're going to instantly feel better. It doesn't mean the hurt will instantly be gone. So having those lingering feelings doesn't necessarily mean that you're not letting go. I would see it as processing it right on out of your body. So for one thing, like tears, I look at tears as release, shedding limits. We can't continue the story of, my ex did this thing to me. My ex did this ultimate betrayal. We can't hang on to that and then expect the ex to show up the way we want him or her to. It's a him, sorry. Do you see what I mean? Now, as far as the wanting to believe in your imagination or having faith in your imagination, my question is to you is, what kind of stories would run through your mind before the betrayal happened? What fears would pop up into your mind regarding your specific person? Maybe even regarding the relationship, right? What was the inner chatter? Did the chatter going through your mind have any connection, meaning where you can see it directly, have any connection to what happened when you were betrayed? So I'm going to throw an example out there. Let's say the specific person cheated on you. Was there ever once, twice, any fears that went through your mind that, what if he did? What if he ever cheated on me? What if he left me? If he came home from work and acted a little different, moody, distant, did our mind go to that place? What's going on? Why is he acting this way? Did he really go to work today? Do you see what I mean? I bet before it happened, some fear connection to that happening was something that came into your mind. Even you thinking thoughts about yourself, unfavorable thoughts, picking yourself apart, not being kind to yourself, whether it's what you look like, what you do for a career, what's your personality, any beating up on yourself can lead to a circumstance like that. Because if we don't think highly of ourselves, well, we're going to experience the reflection of other people not thinking too highly of us. I know that sucks. I know it sucks. But, why you think the way you do or did, I'm going to say past tense because I'm choosing that you're going to think you are fucking amazing from this point on. You believe you're more than enough and that you're worthy and deserving of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. That's who you are now. this version of you. But I just want to say, if what I'm saying to you is resonating and you're recognizing, yeah, I did have some of these shitty thoughts. Yeah, I do remember being afraid of something happening, or I do remember not being very nice to myself up here. Well, there you go. There's your proof that your imagination works, that your imagination does create your reality. And I know it's taking shit and trying to make it into a pretty birthday cake, but it's a really good example when you think about it. So I want you to know too that if you do realize, like I was just saying, if you do recognize some of what I'm saying and you can remember thinking not so great about the relationship, about him or about yourself, I want you to know that's not your fault. You know, the beliefs you discover about yourself are not your fault. First of all, people are discovering conscious manifestation at all different age groups. Okay, I discovered law of attraction when I was 38, but I really didn't start applying anything until I was 42. So I really didn't understand what beliefs I had until I was friggin' 42. So I had 42 years of shit beliefs about love, money, you name it. I probably had a shit belief about it. They're not my fault. Now, I'm not the type of person that's going to look back and point fingers to my parents because I had a relatively decent childhood. And I don't look at them like it's their fault. But again, we all didn't have the same upbringing. So I'm just saying that. So I don't judge you if we're pointing fingers. That's what I'm trying to say. But I do look at it as, well, they were just as conditioned as I was, right? Until you wake up to this and realize what your mind is doing, you can't be mad at yourself, right? Children absorb. They absorb what's going on in their environment. That's where the dominant amount of our beliefs come from, good and bad. So there's no point in being upset with yourself when you discover some of our shittier beliefs. The point is now every single new present moment, look how many present moments we just went through with every one of my words. Every new present moment is the opportunity for you to have a do-over. It's the opportunity for you to get a second chance at life. And I know that sounds cliche, but I am dead ass serious. Every new moment is an opportunity for you to show up as exactly who you want to be and shed all those shitty beliefs, because that's the beauty of this. There is a version of you who doesn't have any shitty beliefs anymore about herself or about love, about her specific person. So she already exists. You just need to light her up. You just need to step into her. And guess what? You simply do that by choosing it, by deciding, by being in conviction that you are her now. I know it's not always easy or to have that faith or belief in our imagination, but I'm telling you, this is for anybody else listening. Listen, if you ever take a real authentic look at whatever circumstances maybe you're trying to manifest away, take a look at where your thoughts used to be before whatever you're trying to get rid of manifested. Mark my words, I'll bet you money that your thoughts or that inner chatter was talking some shit about yourself or about whatever it is you're experiencing in reality. You will be able to line up your life experiences when you really sit and think about your mind. So your imagination does create reality. Well, it chooses. We're not really creating, right? Creation is finished. So you can trust it. I know that's easy for me to say, but I'm telling you, if you give it a real, authentic chance and you do your due diligence of showing up every day as this new version of you, right? So again, the beliefs I brought up to you in this question is just me guessing. I'm not sure, without having a conversation with you alone, exactly what, well, it doesn't have to be alone, but I don't think you want it all over the friggin' internet. I'm just saying. Without having a real one-on-one with you, I don't know for sure what beliefs are running around. But I want you to know you don't have to stress yourself out trying to get rid of the beliefs either. You just have to move your inner awareness, your inner focus to the version of you who no longer has the beliefs. I know that sounds too good to be true, especially if you're newer at this. I know it does. There's so much convoluted fucking information about manifestation out there, but I am telling you from experience, the only thing that ever matters is who you are aware of being, and you get to decide who that is every single new present moment. You're always in charge of it, and you are always choosing which self you are by what thoughts you're allowing to ring as true to you, the thoughts you're marinating in. You are always going to get a range of different thoughts too, by the way. You just having a fearful thought doesn't mean this isn't working. You have to be given the full range of thoughts in order to know what versions of yourself there are out there. So think about it. At every given moment, you are a whole, complete, flawless, limitless being simply because you are unconditioned consciousness. And from there, you have access to every single infinite version of you. This doesn't have to be hard. Okay? I think I covered everything, Saba. I think I did. I hope I did. Thank you very much for the extremely generous super chat. Happy Panda, thank you very much. Hey, thanks for your useful nuggets of knowledge. Happy Panda, thank you very much. That was very nice. Thanks for your useful nuggets of knowledge. I like you, Happy Panda. Thank you very much. Helen, beautiful bestie, thank you very much. Kim, help. I am in a spiral. My thoughts have taken over. Now SP is showing up as all my worst fears. I have tried everything. I think there is a 3P and she is into manifesting. She don't have shit. Let me just shut that right down for you, Helen. Let me shut that down. She could be Neville Goddard in your reality, and she cannot manifest within your world. Okay? She could be Neville Goddard's twin sister, and it wouldn't matter. Okay? Let's just shut that right down. Okay. I think there is a 3P and she is into manifesting. So I feel like she manifested him. I wake up with knots in my stomach. Help. Okay. We're shutting that shit right down. Helen, I am telling you, you have nothing to fear. No other human is manifesting within your reality. You are it. This is fear. You're experiencing fear. Okay? I'm telling you. I cannot stress this enough. No one can out fucking manifest you. Not in your reality. No one. Listen, first of all, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what thoughts you're believing is only because of the state you're in this moment. Only in this moment. Okay? Well, I meant it, Manifesting Maven. And I know you agree with me. We know it's true. It does not matter. This bitch could be Neville Goddard, and it wouldn't matter. So let me reiterate to anybody else out there, because I've been asked this question before too. If you're afraid of a third party manifesting your person faster than you, That can't happen. Not within your reality. Remember, we're all in our own reality bubble. And I'm sorry if you hear poop. She is sucking the air out of the room right now, snoring. Oh, Helen, I just want to hug you. This bitch doesn't matter. This 3P bitch does not matter. She can't have him in your reality. No one can. I can't out manifest you in your reality. Okay? Can't happen. It's fear. So we're going to get you back to center. You're going to relax. And we're going to think clear for a minute. You're only feeling the way you do in this moment because the fear is really loud. The fearful thoughts are loud. And it's because of the state you're in, and it's nothing more than that. And I know that sounds like, oh, Kim, that's just so simple. It's just my state. Yes, it's just your state. I know when we get into unfavorable states, it feels impossible to get out of. Okay? But this is a moment. This is a temporary moment. Now, I'm going to agree with you that specific person might be showing up like shit right now. Okay? But let's think about this clearly. You're perceiving that he's showing up like shit because of the filter glasses you're wearing. Remember, every state of consciousness, we put on a brand new pair of glasses with each state. So each state has its own filter. So right now, you're looking through the filter of shit. Okay? So you're not seeing reality clearly. So, and it's not your fault. It's your state. You are going to return to your decision of being a beautiful bestie who's a damn master manifester, who is more than enough. Always, always the girl chosen. You are in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with your SP. This is who you are. There is never any obstacles between you and your manifestation. It's a fake. It's a flaw. It's not real. Remember, another analogy to you, this is like the Matrix, man. This is the Matrix. It's your own personal soap opera. And that soap opera is going to show up and provide you storylines based off of your state. So if we're wearing the shit glasses, we experience shit. But whatever we're experiencing, if it's shit, it is temporary. As soon as you get your ass back to a more favorable state, all of the bullshit is going to float away and things are going to get better. And your SP is going to come back in, acting loving, okay? He is. Do you notice how I'm not even talking about 3P? We're not putting focus on that 3P because that 3P is fucking irrelevant. I know 3Ps feel very relevant. I know they do. They're not. They're not. They're the manifestation of an old version of you who didn't know that she was more than enough, who didn't know she was worthy and deserving of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. If I were you, I would relax tonight, try my best to. Sometimes a good old-fashioned sleep helps to shift us into a different state. Before you fall asleep tonight, you're going to tell yourself that you're waking up in your ideal reality tomorrow. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to tell yourself who the hell you are and what reality you're in. And every time you start to feel bad, you acknowledge that as nothing but fear, and it's not your truth. It's not who you are. It's not what you're choosing. And because you are the I am, your choice is the only choice that matters. Yes, you always get it bang on, Kim. Good, Helen. I mean, yeah, I do, actually. I do. Just kidding. But listen, I'm telling you, don't you worry. Don't worry. This is going to flip right around. As soon as you're out of this state, it's going to flip right down. And that's the thing. I think everybody should be listening to this, because when you are in a shit state, we're looking through shit glasses. So the world around us can be perceived as shit. We might experience things that don't make sense to us, or the way we're perceiving something might be totally wrong. So you could be perceiving that specific person is getting distant, pulling away. But if you would get your shit glasses off and put on your wish-fulfilled glasses, you would suddenly realize, oh my God, what was I worried about? I know he loves me. I know he wants to be with me. Why was I even worried about that? Why was I thinking like that? He's not getting distant. He's not getting more cold. In fact, he's even more loving. It's going to flip right on its head. And in this new state, you're not going to be able to understand why you were ever worried, because it's a completely different state of consciousness, a completely different pair of glasses. Okay? Get out of shit fucker land. That's right. You are too, Gypsy Diva. Well, I hope you listened to everything I just said. If not, rewind this shit and play it again, because it applies. Try to remember that. I know that's so easy for me to say, but I'm telling you from personal experience. I'm telling you from living it. Everything out here is fucking irrelevant. Everything out here has no power. Definitely no one can manifest. No one can manifest in your reality. And most certainly, clearly, no one could out-manifest you. This just can't happen. So if you've ever been afraid of, oh my God, but this person knows about manifestation, so fucking what? Well done on having some fucking knowledge. Well done, but it's totally powerless in my reality. Thank you. Well done. Let's congratulate them for knowing about manifestation. Big fucking deal. They're totally irrelevant to you. I know that don't sound very nice, but I do mean it in the most nice ways possible. Remember, what the most controversial thingy, no one has free will in your reality either. I know that can feel very hard to believe and accept when you're experiencing some shit fucker circumstances. I know that, and I understand that. But no one does, including yourself, right? And all I mean by you not having it is we don't control the unfolding. That's all I mean, right? Our free will is applied to which state of consciousness we are showing up as or embodying, which version of self we are. From there, everything has already been taken care of. Okay? Poop is snoring extra loud for your listening pleasure as well. The world 3D around us is not real. We are all Neo, writing our own program in the Matrix. Yes, Hitman Thornton. Hitman is in the building, everyone. That's right, though. And that's actually a really good way of looking at reality. You by who you're deciding to be is or are writing the new programming. The programming of how reality shows up. How it rearranges itself to match your new programming. It's the Matrix. Listen, I named my dog after one of the characters of those movies because I love those movies, okay? Yes, Poop's actual name is Trinity. If you're new here, it's Trinity. She just doesn't answer to Trinity. She only answers to Poop, which is my fault. Just saying. Yes, Steph, we are all Neo. Yes. Your 3D changes the moment you disown it. It's so true. It is so true. Or if you don't look at it as disown, think of it as detach. It's the truth. The sooner you detach from your fear, from what you're experiencing in 3D reality, the faster it's going to rearrange itself. She's not exaggerating. It's true. Coupled with you choosing the version of yourself that is the version that has your desire. frequency and resonance. Ooh, I like fancy words. I like that, Lucy Rose Up. Speaking of movies, have you all seen the new Bob Dylan movie? It is wonderful. I haven't. I love that you just did side note. And hey, if we're talking about movies, what about the... I like that you just did that. Side note. Change the subject, but I have not seen it, but I do want to see it. Change the channel, readjust that noise. Yes. Yes. Fears happen. Negative thoughts happen. Allow them to flow by. Don't fight them. It magnifies them. Say bye-bye, no thank you. Exactly. How do I detach from my reality? By simply, it's consciously telling yourself that you are. And from that moment on, you tell yourself that you're not going to let anything you're experiencing tell you that you're not in the state that you want to be in, or you are not the version of self that you want to be. You won't let anything out here. So for example, if you're manifesting a specific person, and let's say today your specific person is not contacting you, the 3D muggles, most of them, would immediately go into anxiety mode and start wondering, what the hell's going on? Why isn't he texting me? Does he not love me anymore? Is he trying to break up with me? Is he talking to somebody else? Right? That's how a muggle would respond. That's how I used to respond, truthfully. If you've made that conscious decision, which I hope you have, that you're detached, you can acknowledge and accept that you're feeling the fear, that you're concerned. However, we won't let it tell you that you are not the version of yourself in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with that person. You won't let it tell you that you're not that person. And you're going to do your best to keep showing up to reality as that new self, as that version of yourself, which means taking action from that new self. Now, don't all panic. By taking action, I simply mean if your old self would go into a panic and start calling your SP and calling them at all their friends' house and calling their family members, driving by their house, checking to see where they are. If you know your old self would do that, you're not going to do that. That's the action you're taking of shutting that shit down. The whole point of manifestation, the whole point of hopping timelines, quantum jumping, is to show up as the person you're trying to quantum leap your ass to be. Okay? So again, Helen, thank you very much. That was very, very nice of you. I am $1 Million Month Mama. Thank you very much. Member for 44 months. She is the OG on this channel. She's an OG, like Lisa's an OG. We got lots of OGs. Wanted to say, I love you, girl. I love you. I am loving life right now. I have been very open and authentic to my man. I love that. And I don't care what I say anymore or hide my feelings. We had a convo physically and it was great. Money and health are continuing to improve. I'm ready for baby time. I'm ready for your baby time. I'm very, very happy for you. I'm very happy that you are being your authentic new self in reality. Sounds like you are showing up as new self. Well done. Well done. You know, I wouldn't be mad if you named your first child after me. That would not hurt my feelings. I'm just kidding. It would not hurt my feelings. Limitless Queen. Betch. Thank you very much. Betch. I need a judge. SP told me he likes me, but can't commit because he has too many things to fix because of his past. I know it's BS. I'm very happy that you wrote that, so I didn't have to say anything. I know it's BS, but it has been bothering me. It's okay, okay? It's okay to acknowledge that it's bothering you, but SP says he likes you, but he can't commit because of past things he needs to fucking fix. He likes you, but I can't be with you. He likes you, but I can't choose you. Hot, cold. Hot, cold. You know that the cold version of his ass is the manifestation of your old self, not your new self. When he's showing up right, when he's showing up hot, that's your new self. So I'm not trying to tell you, you must be wavering, bitch. I don't mean that. I'm saying you're living what I would call a collapsing and a reality collapsing and a new reality coming in. So we're experiencing what feels like a bit of both, hot and cold. Now, normally, if someone came to me with a hot and cold question, I would give them that answer of, okay, hey, what are we doing? Who are we showing up as, hot or cold? But because I know Betch, all right, because I know her journey. So I know that she is doing her best to be showing up as a new self. So that's the only reason why I'm not giving her the hot and cold speech. I'm just saying, for anybody else listening to the replay, anytime I get asked about hot and cold, it's usually the manifestation of your own hot and coldness. Okay. But again, putting that disclaimer out, I know her. So I know her journey. So I know she's showing up at her best, right? We don't have to be perfect. So I have seen, and I personally have experienced. So again, I'm not trying to give anybody a limited belief. I'm not trying to tell anybody that things have to be bad before they can be good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that even when I experienced more than once my own, what I could see as the reality shift, the reality change, especially in the subjects that my heart was really connected to, it felt like 1 minute things are going fucking amazing, and then the next minute it felt like reality was blowing up my face. So the only thing to do, and really it's the answer to, I would say almost every single manifestation question, is you return to your decision of who you want to be. So you're already getting the evidence. He likes you. His feelings are already there. Confirmation of the new self. So when he's showing up as old self, or the reflection of your old self, you stand in conviction. You automatically knew it was BS. You automatically knew that. So it's showing you where your awareness is, which is good. Return to it. Return to who you want to be. This will level out and he'll show up right. It will. And try your best. Try not to compare him to anybody else, right? You are not the same version of yourself from anybody you've ever dated in your past. Try not to compare him. Meaning, if any fears are coming up, like, oh, this is going to be another shit relationship or anything negative. Nope. You are a new self. You are. You are nowhere near the version of yourself when you started this journey day one. You're a different person. So that's right. I know you are. So you return to your decision, girl. You return to your decision. It's not because this isn't going to work. And deep down, you know that. Deep down, I know you do. Return. Okay? Sometimes we'd see the good and go pitter-patter. Then a fear rises up, then there's some cold. Just know you can easily get the hot right back. It's so true. It's so true. Barbara, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Need to give up on SP. He got married and I held on for too long. My mental health can't take it. Still holding on though. Tips? Barbara, let's reread this together. Hi, Kim. Need to give up on SP. He got married and I held on too long. My mental health can't take it. Still holding on though. Tips? I feel like this could be read like on what's the night shows? Not Jay Leno. It's not Jay Leno anymore. This could be on one of the night shows. You are in just two different realities. I got to give up on my SP. He went off and got married. I hung on too long. My mental health cannot take it. But I'm still holding on though. Got any tips? I'm sorry, that is comical. All right. Now, comical in a loving way. Now, okay. First and foremost, our mental health is always our number one priority. That's just the damn truth. It is. And if we feel like our mental health is being challenged by what we're manifesting, it's time to take a damn break from that manifestation. Okay. I'm not the type of person who's going to push anybody to give up on anything. That's not my style. I am not going to be the person to tell you to not manifest who you want to manifest. That's also not my style because I wouldn't have listened to anybody. I wouldn't let anybody talk me out of what I want. So that's me. But if we feel, and you've expressed it, Barbara, that's why I'm hammering this home. Because you feel like your mental health is being challenged, then we need to take a whole ass step back from that manifestation. I don't mean you have to give up on something you don't want to give up on. I'm saying it needs a break. We need a readjustment. Because when we're in a place where we don't feel mentally good, we don't feel mentally even stable, that's not going to help us manifest, right? It's going to bring us hot and cold horse shit in the 3D. We want our best life, right? So yes, mean tweets on Jimmy Kimmel. That's what I couldn't think of it. Thank you. All right. So you have to ask yourself authentically, do you really want to continue with this manifestation? What's the authentic answer? I know you said you're still holding on, but if you're thinking your mental health can't take it, why are we still holding on? That's what I'm trying to say. What do you really want? Because I feel like you're in the midst of, I want to give up, I want to keep going. You're right in that smack down the middle, and we got to pick a side. We got to pick a side. Otherwise, just like we were talking earlier about the hot and cold behavior, we're going to keep experiencing that. We have to pick a side. But before you pick that side, we have to get centered. We have to get chilled, relaxed. We need our beingness, right? Our state of beingness. We need that feeling good first. Because if our overall, now I'm not talking necessarily state of consciousness, I'm saying our overall state of being, when we're not feeling good, when we're all sorts of stressed out over what we're manifesting, we need a break from it. Because that stress, is that helping us move into different states? No. So I would take a couple of days off in general from this manifestation stuff. I would take a break from it. Yes, you're manifesting all the time, but forcing yourself to make a decision, forcing yourself, we don't want to do that. We want a break. We want a chilled out break. After you have gotten yourself relaxed and you're thinking clearly, is this something you want to continue with? Do you think it's going to challenge your mental health? And if you think it's going to, then maybe we should reconsider some things. Because I can hear the story that, and again, I'm not picking on you. This would be difficult mentally for me in the place of, if my person got married, I can see why my logical human side would look at that as, oh my God, this is going to take forever, right? That's just the logical human muggle, right? If you think that this is now going to be hard or this is now going to take forever, that's the story I'm talking about. We have to redirect that too. We have to be able to surrender that. I'm not telling you it's impossible. It's totally possible. But again, you have to pick the journey that is going to be most comfortable for you. So if this is causing you so much duress that you're concerned about your mental health, again, you made the statement, and I don't want to ignore that statement. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So really sit and think about what you really want. What's the true heart's desire? And if there's a part of you that thinks it would be easier to pick someone else or manifest new love in, then that's perfectly fine. Don't be ashamed of wanting to change your mind. What will still be important is what you believe about yourself. Meaning, when we're manifesting love, we definitely want to start the journey knowing what we're worthy and deserving of, knowing that we are more than enough, right? We're the person that always gets the love we want. We get the relationships we want. We are in a relationship with the version of whoever we're choosing, who is mutually choosing us, right? You're bringing that version of the person in. If there's a part of you that wants to give up on this other SP, I don't want you to look at this as a failure, because it's not. Changing your mind for your mental health is not a manifestation failure. So it's something you really got to think about. Those are my tips. And listen, once you've relaxed, gotten yourself clear, and you've really contemplated what direction you want to go in, you are more than free to come back here and I will give you tips based on what you choose. Okay? I won't turn you away. If you choose to keep going on that journey with SP or bringing in new love. But those are my tips for right now until I know that you are in a calm, clear place. Okay? Manifesting Maven, holy shit, thank you very much. Today I realized my body is perfect and I'm 5 figures richer. There's still moments where my mind goes, but how would that be? Sometimes when people say you're not doing it to get it, it annoys me, as it should. It should annoy you. But I deeply know he's my person. Okay. I think it's important. We need to talk about that. I think I made a video on it, but I won't lie to you. I often record videos and upload them, and usually about a week later, I have forgotten what I've put up. That's the honest truth. There are certain videos that stand out in my memory, but there's only a few of them. All of them they were downloads that got uploaded. So I think I made a video on that topic. But if I didn't, that's a good idea. When you hear anyone tell you that you're not manifesting to get something, I find that so annoying. I also find it not realistic. When you want something, you fucking want something. At least that's how I am. When I want what I'm manifesting, whether it's a person, a place, or whatever, I want it. I'm choosing who I want to be to get something. Unfortunately, I think they have a different message, but have just chosen really stupid words to get the other message across. You see what I mean? I think that their meaning, what they're trying to express, is this whole journey, the purpose of it is to know yourself as the I am, is to know yourself as source, is to come into the knowing that you can consciously manifest reality without me using all the Jesus words. all the references to the Bibles. I'm saying in general, that's the purpose of this journey. So instead of just saying that, people use that phrase, you're not doing this to get something, because I believe, again, I am someone that believes in God. So when I refer to the I am, I'm thinking of God. I believe God is within me and within every one of you. You don't have to believe it's God. You can believe it's universe. Makes no difference to me. But I believe the entire damn reason why any one of us has the feeling of desire for any subject area, thank you very much, for any subject area, that desire is God or the universe speaking to you. God speaks to us through desire, because desire is what lights the fire under our asses to start moving. Even if the desire is to wonder, what's the meaning of life? There must be more to this. Whatever lit the fire under the ass of the person who searched for the meaning of life, it was because they had a desire. It's because they wanted that answer. So we are spoken to, we communicate with God, I am, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, through desire. So then to tell someone, you're just doing this to get something, you can't do that. You can't do that. This isn't about you just getting your manifestation. If someone is in the wrong place, and I would say the wrong place as in, if someone is brand new to manifestation and that's the message they hear, that is going to send that person packing up and leaving. What a discouraging statement. That's why I don't like it. I don't use it. I believe that this desire, this feeling, right? Whatever desire feels like to you, I think the entire purpose of why that feeling gets us to get moving is so that we will get on this journey, is so that we will come to know ourselves as God or pure unadulterated consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Okay? That's the whole purpose. So I like to use the example of a parent to a child. And I mean a good parent. I don't mean an abusive parent. Like a parent to a child. If you are someone that has never had children, all right, if you have animals, if you're anything like me, you consider your animal your fur baby, okay? That unconditional love you have for that person or thing. I know my relationship, so I'm a mom. I'm a mom to an actual son, and I'm a mom to a fur baby girl. How I view both of them is I want them to be happy. I want them to experience joy in their life. So I think of that relationship with my I amness, God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, your subconscious mind, whatever. It's that same thing. We are here to experience joy. How do we experience joy? Truthfully? Well, number one, we have experiences, or we manifest shit and we get really excited because we finally have that shit. If desire was something that was never supposed to happen and we aren't here to get something, nothing on this planet would exist. Everything on this planet, the mouse, lemon lime Gatorade, I'm trying to reach my chapstick, but I can't find it. My multiple lip products, okay? My mirror, my grape flavor, old style tint cosmetics. All of those were somebody's desires then creations. All of it. So, yeah, you are here to get something. Yes, you are. And you are not bad for wanting what you're manifesting. That is silliness to me. Silliness. You see, that mindset, again, I've talked about this before, guys. I have talked about this before. So again, my limited belief, you're going to hear a bitchy side of me. Shocker. I believe that the manifestation community can be a pendulum. And I think one side of that pendulum is those who think they are holier than thou and want to take a shit on the people that are here because they really do want to manifest something or someone specifically. See, I think the beauty of it, this is why I talked about the relationship between a parent and a child. I want my children to be happy. I want them to experience joys. But I also intend for them to learn lessons on how to live life. And I equate that to our journeys of evolving into our higher selves. That is us in our lessons of growth. But along that journey of growth is learning how to manifest shit. Okay? So if you ever hear anybody telling you you're not doing this to get stuff, timestamp this and come back and re-listen to it and let me make you feel better, because that is a bullshit statement. Okay? When we are made to feel bad or shame or guilt for our desires based on someone's manifestation perspective, they are bringing in their personal morality that they were conditioned with, more than likely from some semblance of, I don't know, one of the belief systems, one of the religions out there, and they're dragging it into this. And it sounds like that is coming from the holier than thou, I should probably stop saying things because more sarcasm is going to come out of my mouth. So there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you less of a being, not holy enough, not Jesus love God holy enough, not universe enough, not unconditional love enough. You're here to create. So I hope that cleared that up for you, Manifesting Maven. I hope you never let that bother you again. Yeah, the unconditional love one. That I'm telling you, I personally think the manifestation community is a pendulum. I think there's pendulums everywhere, truthfully. If anybody doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, Vadim Zealand, reality transurfing. A pendulum that loves to pick up the momentum and the energy of judgment. Judgment, guilt, shame, fear, animosity. I'm more holier than thou than you are. I'm expressing and embodying unconditional love more than you are. I had the Kundalini experience quicker than you did. My experience was better than yours because God loves me more. It's garbage. It's garbage. Every single one of us is unconditional love. Every one of us. Full of sass, full of sarcasm. My true self is still unconditional love. And you're not a bad person for having a desire. When you let that desire control your life to the place where you stop functioning, neediness, desperation, you are far off the track, though. And I do think that that is part of the message they're trying to convey and just are using really shitty words to do it. So, anyway, you like that, Mary J? You like that? Yeah, whatever you can do, I can do better song. Yep. I do agree with you, Andrea Kershaw, that yes, I think that is one of the messages. Yes, I agree. I'm going to read what she said. I believe what this person meant was that some of these coaches say you don't affirm to get, you affirm to remind yourself that you already have it. Yes, that's one of them. But all the other examples I shared are videos that I've actually seen. So I've seen, and like I said, in the videos, other than the ones who have had the special experiences that have made them higher level, other than those videos, the other ones, yeah, I think they are just misconstrued, poorly chosen words. I mean, more of an less pain in the ass message. Some of these coaches are so contradicting, it just confuses people. I totally agree. This is exactly why earlier in the live stream, that's why I said I am so thankful that I didn't, or when I started my own journey of law of assumption, that this stuff didn't exist on YouTube. Yeah, there were no law of assumption, and I'm so grateful for it. There were no law of assumption channels. There was nobody talking about that stuff. Yeah, it was all law of attraction. And there weren't really even a lot of those channels at the time. I'm so thankful then that I had some years under my belt before it got to be a popular topic, because I would have been the person triggered. To hear any message like that, you're not doing this to get something, I would have been the one to get triggered, and I would have shut this shit down and given up. Totally. Because I would have frustrated me, because I would have taken it literally. I would have taken it as, I can't do this to get something? What do you mean? Or you can't have it without self-love. I would have taken that literally. I would have heard that and meant, how do you love yourself? I don't know how to love myself. That would have been me. Yes. Yes. There was another coach I used to watch who I followed daily. It was insane. I loved her. But I came to realize a lot of what she was saying was such BS, and others started realizing it too. Really? That's so disappointing, isn't it? That is so disappointing. I actually feel for you. I feel for you. Because I feel like you build a relationship in a sense with the person in the video, and you put some trust. You do. You put some trust in who you're watching, which I don't take lightly. And then finding out maybe they don't have the things they say they have, or they keep changing their mind. I don't know. Uh, Again, that would have been something that would have upset me. Yes, parasocial. That's right. I'm happy I'm pressed on with my manifestation journey. It does get better. You do see changes. My SP is so different and sweet. Damn right. It is, as it can be discouraging. Yes, I agree. Oh, really, manifesting Maven? Really? Jen Decker, I love you so much. Thank you so much. My OG keeps hitting me up, Betch. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. She's talking about her OG SP. I knew that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to name names, but RK is so bad. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. You don't have to name names, but I don't know who that is. A lot of the newer, I don't know who they are. There's so many new ones. I don't know. I'm blessed I found Kim first. Thank you so much, Babs. I'm blessed you found me too. I agree, Beyonce. I agree. He hit you up this morning? Not surprised. I had someone who I thought was a friend tried to shame me for wanting to manifest a specific person. Then that ain't no friend, now is it? I hoped you ditched that bitch and made a switch. I hope you did. Don't you let anybody tell you anything about what you're manifesting. I mean, unless, of course, you're trying to hurt babies or animals or innocent people. I don't want you to hurt people. But other than that, it's nobody's business what you're manifesting. Honest to God, anybody who poo-poos over manifesting a specific person, in my opinion, I don't even think they're bad people. I don't mean that. I just think either they failed themselves, so they have a negative connotation or a negative relationship with the idea of it, and maybe it brings about a painful memory. So number one, there's that. Or number two, they might be thinking of just like one track minded on one type of person manifesting a specific person. Meaning, like I was talking about earlier, when you are in a consistent, needy, desperate state where you're not functioning in your life, meaning you can't get yourself up and moving, functioning, going to work, I don't know, taking care of your family if you've got a family to take care of, or doing stuff around your house. When you can't live day to day because you're manifesting something, well, then yes, you need a break. You need a break because that's not the right energy. That's not what we want to be. That's not good for us. That's not the journey. The journey shouldn't be that difficult or that painful. I'm not saying you can't be uncomfortable. We will have uncomfortable moments, but you get what I'm saying. When you're not functioning, we need to readjust. So I think that they are only one track minded, seeing that one type of person. But, not every person manifesting a specific person is someone who has stopped functioning. They're just in love. Love is love. You can't help who you love. Yes, that stuff is dumb. You are always manifesting no matter what. You will always have a perception of people in your reality. So true. Everyone that you intermingle with is a specific person. I just think they lose sight of that. They lose track of that. They're not thinking that every single manifestation includes a person. Your family members are specific people. Your coworkers are specific people. You already have ideas and stories and beliefs of who they are. So therefore, they are showing up that way in your reality. They're specific people. Yeah. Anyway, wow. We are killing it tonight. All right. Oh, manifesting Maven again. Thank you very much. The tattoo wasn't a joke. I specifically said I wanted to be so secure in a relationship to feel confident I could go get their name tattooed and never regret it. And here I am 2 weeks later. I still can't believe that. No, I believe you. I think it's wonderful evidence of time and space moves through you. I think it's a wonderful example of how everything is now, right? All time is now. I think it's excellent evidence. I would like you to remind me how long ago it was when you got that tattoo. Thank you, Lisa. Give Kim a like. I would appreciate if you would give me a like. I don't think I posted it yet. I might have. I don't remember. Shit. In one of my videos, I mentioned to all of you who, as soon as one of my videos are uploaded, you go right into liking my video, and I know you haven't even watched it yet. Thank you so much. I really highly appreciate you. I don't take anything for granted. And that helps me. It helps get the video out to other people so other people can wake up and get what they want. I really appreciate it. I do. it always puts a little dimple in my cheek when I see the likes going do 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 do. As soon as I had just uploaded it. It's very much appreciated. Very, very much. But I do that. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you, Gypsy Diva. Thank you, Steph. Mary J, Maddie. Is it Yamel? Yamel? I'm terrible with names. Don't judge me. You have to watch a previous live stream to understand how terrible I am with names. Thank you, Babs. Thank you, Lisa. Wait, did I miss it? Manifesting Maven? How many? 8 or 9 years. Oh my gosh. I don't want to. Wani. Wani, I don't want to. And I know you already told me how to. I know you did in the channel membership. Oh. See, now I brace for impact. And I don't want to be that version of myself. You almost wanted to cover it? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Hello. Was it correct? Mic drop. Look at me being the version of myself always pronounces shit right. Thank you. I can't believe that, Manifesting Maven. Cannot believe that. Tiffany Milburn. People get divorced all the time. He's miserable with her and in love with you. She's actually right. She's actually right. You know, not to be talking terrible about marriage, but let's just be honest. What's the 3D look like marriage-wise? The statistics I'm talking about. The statistics. We're not going to be statistics. That's not what I'm trying to say. But the statistics of marriage is lasting in the 3D muggle world aren't that great. And it has everything to do with terrible mindsets about love. So, mind you, yours is going to be amazing. It's going to last forever and ever if you want it to. But she's right. That is one of the reasons why when someone tells me that, oh my God, my SB got married, my insides are saying, oh, I feel bad for you because I know you think that means that it's over. But the truth is, I know it's not. And no, it's not. Nothing is. Nothing can be an obstacle. That's right, Miss Dana. Dana, who recently spoiled the shit out of me, Dana. Just want you to know that just tonight, my boyfriend and I had one of those jellies. Just so you know. He had the strawberry. I took the grape. I also took the lemon. And I hid the other lemon. I hid it so I could have it. Oh. I grew up on those jellies. I never saw them before. I remember the old like root beer bottles, the chews. I don't know, like waxy chews. I remember those, but AAM9698, member for 14 months. Thank you very much. Feeling calm and maybe detached. The version of her that showed up last week is not okay. Weird space of it's happening and not fussed by silence or giving meaning. Using inner determination to also stay determined that it will all happen. Any boost would be helpful. Well, first of all, I am glad. I am glad you're feeling calm. And I am glad you are thinking you are, might be detached. This is all good. This is very, very good. So, as far as you mentioning, how she showed up last week, it's not okay, which I'm assuming you're saying that from a place of boundaries of what you'll accept and what you will not in behaviors, which I think is good. Sometimes setting a boundary, even if it's just a mental one, is you choosing your new self, right? What you would tolerate in the past as the old self would be nothing that you would tolerate as the new version of yourself. It wouldn't even be a possibility as the new self. So sometimes the journey to it, or the hop, the rearrangement, is the boundary. Just saying. And you're using inner determination to also say determined that it will happen. Good. I hope you are also using that inner determination to be exactly who you want to be and show up as her every single day. That's how you get it, my friend. That's how you get it. I leveled up so hard that I see myself differently in the mirror. I'm looking more unrecognizable every day, and I freaking love it. This morning, I was like, who is that? Who is that sexy bitch? With the name that always trips Kim up. Who is that sexy bitch? Xiomara. Xiomara. That's as close as I'm going to get. Miss Dana DiLorenzo, thank you very much. Hi, beautiful Kim and beautiful HBICs. You guys keep me going. Love all these lives. I love you, Dana. I love it. Did I get it correct? Xiomara. I'll be just saying it alone in my house. Oh, God, I wish you could have seen me here the night I was watching the videos and saying it out loud. It reminded me of being in like French class and having to say the words and without the accent. But I practiced. Oh, good. Dana, thank you very much. That was very, very nice. And I think I can speak for the HBICs as I am the queen of. We love you and we love having you here. And I cannot thank you enough for the gift you sent me. Cannot. It was lovely. Zach Lee, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Sometimes I think of the how, and then I panic that I'm sabotaging my manifestation. Is the how always a total surprise? Yes, usually. Yes, usually. Now, I don't want you to panic every time you think about the how, though. I don't want you to panic. Listen, I know that the message we hear in this community is, forget the how. Don't worry about the how, because you're never going to figure out the how. But having it pop into your mind, it's not going to ruin your manifestation. If you're getting stressed out because you can't figure out how this manifestation would ever come, that's a moment when you do want to stop, relax. If you're starting to feel that anxiety because you can't figure out a clear path, you got to remind yourself, oh, I don't have to know how. I don't have to figure that shit out. Thank God it's not up to me how it comes. I just have to know I'm going to have it. I just have to allow myself to think about my life, how it would look, how I would feel as the version of me who has it. Okay? But if you are stressed out because you catch yourself thinking about the how, you're not ruining your manifestation. That it's not going to stop it from happening. But again, if it's the other thing, it's because you can't think of how and it's stressing you out. It's stressing you out because your body's trying to give you the signal, this is none of your business, Zach. And I mean that from love. I mean that message really to everybody. Your body is signaling, especially if you're starting to feel like shit. Your body is telling you, you are thinking about something that does not concern you. Even though I know it feels like it concerns you because it is your life and it is what you're experiencing, but it doesn't concern you. Now, as far as your question of is the how always a total surprise? I probably shouldn't have said yes to the total surprise. I'm just saying the events that unfold that lead you to it, well, some of them might feel natural and normal to you. They might even be experiences that you have experienced in the past before. I'm just saying the arrangement of them, yes, that will be the surprise. It will. So I hope that does not discourage you, because that's what makes this fun in a fucked up way. But that's what makes this fun. Because I can tell you, there were so many times I was so stressed out over the how, because I could not see a clear path on how, pretty much during that time in my life, any of my manifestations were going to come. And when they did, I was like, oh my God, what was I worried about? What was I worried about? I will tell you that I have never had something show up in a way that I thought about. Everything, and I'm just, right now, manifestations are popping up in my mind. Every manifestation that I can think of all came in a way that was a total surprise to me. Total surprise. And to be honest, the ones that are running through my head right now in this moment, they came in when I was like distracted with something else. Not, I just totally had that manifestation out of my mind. No, I was always like busy doing something else. My awareness popped on to something else, right? And that could have been just that day. Just that day, I was distracted with something else. And then it came in. It felt like, especially the SP stuff, it always seemed like I would get a call, I would get the text, I would get something, I would get the roses at the door when I was focused somewhere else, and not where is he? How come he gets a call? None of that shit. Let's see. I also, just one more thing I want to say to Zach. If you find yourself like thinking like in just an innocent, how cool would it be if it came like this? How cool would it be? I don't know. Let's just say you're manifesting money. How cool would it be to just wake up and find $1 million in your bank account? How cool would that be? That's not you sabotaging your manifestation. So if it feels good to just think and contemplate all the ways your manifestation could come, that's not sabotaging. It's when it doesn't feel good that you're not sabotaging it, but you're running the risk of popping out of the state. And by running the risk, I don't mean like all hope is lost. It just means return to your decision, return to the state. That's all, okay? Because I know my mind definitely has wandered and thought about, I wonder if it could come this way. Wouldn't it be cool if this happened? But see, that didn't stress me out. It felt good. It felt exciting to think about ways it could come. But at the same time, knowing that I'm not going to know. I'm not going to figure it out. Do you see what I mean? That to me, that's harmless. Truly. All right, Key Issa, you are all deliciousness. You are deliciousness. Keisa, you are. Babs, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you very much. Jeez, Babs again. Kim, SP has pulled back since last Saturday. Upset. I did nothing to deserve this BS. Doubts, anger, but going back to the state. Done with old self. Hope this is unfolding. Yes, good. You're done with old self. Good. There's no need to hope. It is unfolding. Okay? You can throw hope right in the garbage. We don't need hope. No offense to hopes, but we don't need hope. We get to comfortably know. Comfortably know. This is happening. You're experiencing the unfolding. Listen, I said earlier in the live stream that the unfolding, you yourself are a part of that unfolding, right? You are reality. Sometimes the unfolding is really the moving and stretching and expansion of you, your awareness. That's a part of the unfolding. So using this initial example, okay, so SP has pulled back since last Saturday. I'm upset. I didn't do nothing to deserve this BS. I agree with you, and I'm glad you see it like, this is bullshit. I'd rather you see it that way instead of being devastated, okay? So, number one, our feelings are always valid. I know you already know that. You don't need me to say it, but feelings are always valid. But how do we know that this moment of you experiencing this and feeling like, all right, we'll say the energy of him pulling back and you getting upset, you standing in that conviction that I don't deserve this behavior. I'm worthy and deserving of better behavior. How do you know that this isn't a part of the unfolding of you leveling up? Right? First of all, anybody else new listening to this and you hear me say she's leveling up, I don't want you to look at this as we have levels to attain. You're going to be leveling up until you croak. So leveling up is not to make anyone feel like, oh, I'm not a high enough level yet. No, don't ever take that as the takeaway. You're going to keep evolving and expanding. It never stops. Like, for example, yeah, I have my specific person. Yeah, I have that manifestation. Yeah, I do. But I'm still evolving and my awareness is expanding still too. My journey's not done. My journey's not done till I croak. All of that is for everyone, just so you know, okay? So this more than likely is highlighting maybe a belief that we have about him or we have about ourselves for you to transcend. See what I'm saying? This could be a part of it's about you in this unfolding moment. And what I suggest is really want seeing this as not good enough crap. I'm so over it. But is that how this has made you feel? Feeling like he's pulling back. Is it making you feel not good enough? Not a priority? Listen, being frustrated, nothing wrong with that. But maybe that's what's happening. I'm trying to think. Let's look at it as like higher self is highlighting that belief is resonating. That's why we're perceiving he's pulling back. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. It's your logical mind that is looking at reality and looking at how he's currently showing up, and you're coming to the conclusion that that's what's happening. But we can't come to that conclusion unless there's a part of that rings true. Like it's possible, which just means, yes, maybe the not good enough belief is ringing true. So this is a moment for you to transcend it. So this was absolutely a part of the unfolding. Do you see what I mean? Every single thing you experience is a part of you getting it. This is a part of you living the manifestation. I think that some people mistake manifestation as I have my manifestation when it's sitting here in front of me and I have it, I'm holding it in my hands. There, I manifested it. No, the whole experience that you're living is you living the manifestation. The physical manifestation sitting next to you on the couch, yes, that's a part of it, but it's actually not the full manifestation per se. It's just poor wording. This whole experience, from the moment you said, yes, I want that, or I want that person, I want that relationship, from the moment you said yes, the manifestation began. So everything you're living and experiencing is a part of you getting it. Just saying. Okay? So you're going to be fine, Babs. We're done with old self. And that's the attitude to have. We refuse to be old self. You are welcome. Sabah, thank you very much. Kim, what's your thoughts on psychic readings? Clearly, I do believe that there are some psychics who are charlatans, but I do believe that there are, I suppose, real ones out there. Same thing with tarot readers. There are some that are charlatans, and there are some who are genuine. I do believe that whatever you receive as a reading from tarot cards or a psychic is just the reflection of your current state of consciousness. It's not a straight up true prediction of your future. So let's say, for example, you had a psychic reading and you didn't love the reading. Maybe the psychic told you, oh, you shouldn't be with this person. It's never going to happen. If that's not what you wanted to hear, then you don't take that message as true for you. You would see it as, okay, that's a reflection of my fear. That's the reflection of me believing that I'm not going to get this manifestation. I'm afraid I won't be able to, manifest this person. It's the reflection of my own fear. That's it. And that's all it is. But if you keep marinating it and believing that psychic, so you keep playing that over and over and over in your mind, that is the same thing as telling yourself, that's who I am. I am the self that will never get that. See what I mean? But if the psychic, or I'm bringing up tarot as well, so if the tarot reader or a psychic said something that you liked and it sounded good, well, good. Number one, it's letting you know that you are in a very good state of consciousness and you can take it as true. But it's really you making the choice. It's not because they have a superpower that you don't. Because no one has that ability within your reality. Everything is reflection, including the tarot cards. Okay? So that's why when people ask me about going to get tarot readings or going to get psychic readings, my answer is usually the same. It's, if you are not a strong-minded person and you know that you're going to be really upset if you hear something you don't like, then no, do not go get those readings. But if you're a strong-minded person and you know that you've got the strength, the wherewithal to say, if I love the reading, good, then I'll keep thinking about how lovely that reading is. But if I don't like the reading, I don't give a rat's ass. That's not my future. This is who I am. Then fine, go get the reading. Go for it. But like I said, if you're going to let it shake you and scare you, don't do it. Because you don't want to end up manifesting what they told you in the reading. Because if you keep marinating it and living in it and emanating on it, marinating and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, well, then you're probably going to manifest it. Do you see what I'm saying? But listen, I want this made very clear. No one has bigger psychic powers than you, especially within your reality. You are it. Everything else is reflection. Everything else, reflection. Okay? All right. Maria, thank you very much. Hi, Kim, longtime follower for years. Thank you very much. I appreciate you supporting me. SP and I have a baby together, but he's still living in a house with 3P. She knows, but relationship and baby is a secret otherwise to his family and friends. It bums me out. I set boundaries tonight. Okay, I got to read that over. SP and I have a baby together, but he's still living in a house with 3P. She knows, but the relationship and the baby is a secret otherwise to his family and friends. It bums me out. I set boundaries tonight. I am glad you set some boundaries, Maria. Because you and your beautiful baby are not a damn secret. Good. You needed to set those boundaries so now that you can get your ass into the version of yourself that you want to be. You are the version of yourself that's in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with the version of your person that is ready to tell the whole damn world that he's in an amazing relationship with you and has a beautiful baby. That's who you are. And don't you ever accept less than that, ever. Right now, the version of him that's keeping shit a secret, that's a shit version of your person. Now, keeping it real, it's probably the reflection of a fear. Maybe it's the not good enough belief. Again, I'm just guessing that from your comment. Don't know for sure. But if you had ever had a fear or ever caught yourself worrying that, you know, he was going to leave you or didn't want to be with you or doesn't want anybody to know about you, that not good enough belief sounds like it's brewing. That's why you're going to decide to be the version of yourself that is fucking more than enough. More than enough. And I don't even need to say it. That baby is more than enough too. More than enough. You keep telling yourself that's who you are. Don't you worry. He's going to be screaming at the rooftops to brag about you and that baby. You wait and see. You wait and see. I'm going to tell you that right now. Let me tell you. I'll tell you from personal fucking experience. I had a similar situation. Similar. At least that's how it felt. Right? It's how it felt from my own journey. Just saying. And I didn't know about manifestation at the time. And guess what happened? It ended up being sung from the rooftops. And everyone knew. And it was lovely. And acceptance happened. Okay? Now, I may not have chosen to be with that person anymore. But I'm just saying. And I did that without knowing manifestation. So you've got that power, that upper hand right now where you do know about it. You do know that you're in control of everything in your reality. So you start telling that new story. You start telling yourself that you are no one's damn secret. No one's damn secret. That man is lucky to have your attention. And he is now the version of himself that is completely loyal and faithful to you and only you, and tells the world about you and the baby. Okay? Things can change. No matter how shit the 3D might look, it can change. But it starts with you. It starts with the story you tell yourself. And remember, because you've already had the experience where it seemed like he didn't want anyone to know, it's really easy to keep telling that story about him and keep seeing him that way. See, I wish I had known that. I wish I had known that. I wish I had known early enough to change that so most of my pregnancy wasn't shit. Okay? But think about it. I was a version of myself who was always wavering, not knowing I was wavering, not knowing that I was manifesting reality. But I was able to turn that shit around. And like I said, it was like he told the world, happily told the world. It was my perception. It was my view on reality because I didn't think very much of myself. And if I had known any better, to start telling a better story about myself, let alone the baby, but a better story about what I was worthy and deserving of, I wouldn't have had the experience. Do you see what I'm saying? So you do know how this works. So you start telling a story, a new story, right now. Okay? This is going to work, and you're going to come back and tell me how it worked. And how everybody fucking knows, and he's proud as hell. Okay? I'm glad that made you feel much better. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not surprised that, Maria, I'm just going to say, I get questions with similar circumstances on my live streams quite often. I'm not surprised. I know why. It is a reflection of my own life history. That's why I'm very happy when people like yourself find my live stream, because I want to make you feel better, because I know it can change. If I can change it, which I did, without even being aware that it was my conscious awareness manifesting, can you imagine how you can turn this around? Because you know what your awareness is doing. Can you imagine? Yeah, I'm imagining for you. It can go very, very quickly. It can change quickly. You just got to get on top of it and stay on top of it and really think about who you want him to be. Right? Yeah, I know the most common thing we hear is, who do you want to be? Who is your new self? But the story you have of him matters, because if you're showing up, let's just say you're telling yourself that you are your new self, like you hear me say in the videos. But if that version of you, this new self, is telling the story that he doesn't want anybody to know for whatever reasons, and I also want to say too, whatever reasons he told you why he's keeping that shit quiet, throw them in the garbage because they're not the truth. Well, again, I know that sounds cuckoo. It's a reflection of an old belief of yours. That's all it is. So they're not a stronghold in his mind, is what I'm trying to say. Remember, our reality is like our own personal soap opera. So we've all these storylines in our soap opera reality. So the manifestation of him keeping things quiet is a reflection of one of your beliefs, which, again, that doesn't mean that your feelings of this being bullshit are not valid. They are valid, okay? But when you take a step back from reality and look at the circumstance and think of it from the manifestation side of the house, you realize, all right, if I had a belief that I was not good enough, that makes sense why this would manifest. Him doing a behavior like keeping shit quiet that makes me feel not good enough, not a priority to him. That makes sense. So if I change the story and I change the story I hold of him, like he wants the world to know, he brags about me and the baby to everyone in his life. And you start deciding that's who he is, no matter how he shows up, right? You got to give the reality the time to recalibrate, readjust. And I'm not saying it's going to take a long time at all. This doesn't even have to take 24 hours. I'm saying we collapse time with our decision of who we are. But I'm saying don't be fooled. Like if he calls you up later and still says something stupid, don't be fooled by it. That's just the old reality on its way out. Remember that. You stand in conviction that you are a particular version of yourself. And I'm telling you, shit will change. It will. New beliefs must bring new reality. And it will. And you come back and you tell me that it did, because I know it's gonna. Okay? He literally just texted me, yours just work fast. I am sticking to boundaries, though, as you should, because maybe you putting up that damn boundary catapulted your ass into your new self. I have seen that happen countless times. Anybody who tells you that setting boundaries is not a part of the journey, they are looking at a very tiny hole through their glasses, because it's not true. Sometimes the action of setting boundaries absolutely catapults you to the new self. That might have been the movement that needed to happen to move you. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. All right. So anyway, please, when this is fully in your 3D, you have to come back and tell us that it worked, because I know it's gonna. And then I want to be able to say I told you so. So selfishly, I want you to come back so I can say that. Okay? It's gonna work. And congratulations on your baby. Okay? All right. On that note, I do have to go. I have a couple calls I need to schedule. I got some emergencies I got to get in. And well, I got to get up early tomorrow. Every time you say I told you so, I hear Chappelle Roan. I know who that is, but I don't know why the connection. Is that person say something like that? Like, I just have a quick picture of who Chappelle Roan is. It's a girl, right? It's a girl. That's what I'm seeing, a girl with long hair. I love you, Coco Nat. Just the phrase. Oh, does she say that phrase? I told you so. I love you all. Oh my God, wait a minute. Oh my God, wait. Dr. Tracy. Tracy, thank you so much. I'm possible to Kim possible. Oh, impossible to Kim possible. I do not want anyone suffering for no reason as your HBIC whose SP got married. ABC detach as I am proof that they will beg for you back. HBIC alumni since 2021. I am so happy for you. And if y'all didn't know, yeah, she's got her SP. They had a marriage in that 3D. She's an excellent example. Jesus, Tracy, thank you so much. You are too good to me. Too good. This is not the first time you've blessed me like that. Thank you very much. It feels like it's not enough. Thank you. I mean, not enough to just say it. Not that it's not enough the money-wise. I mean, just saying thank you doesn't feel like enough. That's right, Nick. We can all do it. Jesus, Tracy, thank you. Dr. Tracy Elizabeth Thomas. And that, I would say, Trace, is another one of your manifestations, having your doctorate. Yes, that is amazing in of itself. Gosh, thank you so friggin' much. To all of you, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chats. Makes my day. I appreciate the likes. Again, the likes help me in a really good way. Gets the content out. And we wake up more people. Right? We wake them up. We get people to realize they can have whatever they want. They don't have to be sad or unhappy with life anymore or angry with life. Things can change. If I can change, anyone can change. There is not too terrible of a case. There is not. Okay. I love you all. I will see the hot seaters. I shall see you all tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, Kevin Donnelly. Thank you. I appreciate you too. All right, I better go. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Be good and choose who you want to